Welcome to the Northland Small Business Development Center, Starting a Business in Minnesota 4-part series. This is the 4th part, and you've done a great job if you've listened to the other 3. So, my name is Kurt, and I'll be your business consultant for this 4th part. Let's take a look at some of the other things that you need to consider when starting your business. How about financing and the sources of funding that you're going to have? One source of funding that we call is debt. Debt is basically a loan. It's a guarantee to pay back an obligation over a certain amount of time at some kind of a rate. Think of a mortgage payment and a car payment. It's a debt, it's a loan. But the other type of source of funding that we have is called equity. Equity is an investment in the business. It can be from you, or it can be from somebody else. It can be from a partner. It can be from an equity investor. Just realize that if somebody else gives you money that's going into your business, that they are going to probably want some kind of control at some time. Other sources of debt, banks and credit unions. Everybody knows a bank, and a bank is willing to give you a loan. How about a credit union though? Credit unions are doing commercial loans now too. Don't be afraid to talk to those people. Private investors. So these would be people that you know or you come across that might be interested in your business idea. The family and friends plan. I always say if you think you've got a great business plan, ask your family and friends if they want to invest, and then you'll really find out. But family and friends can be a good way or getting a source of capital. Don't forget about crowdfunding. Crowdfunding is a very legitimate source of raising money to start your business today. Kickstarter and Indiegogo are two of the legitimate ones. And there are some non-bank lenders. We are very blessed in the Northland of Minnesota to have some great non-bank lenders. Entrepreneur Fund is a non-bank lender. They have a revolving loan fund. They can help you. The SBA, the Small Business Administration, comes alongside the banks or other lending institutions and gives that bank or that lending institution basically an insurance policy for your loan. So if you default, they will pay them back. The USDA, United States Department of Agriculture, has some programs if you're into a farming. Farm Services is another farm program that does lending. The Northland Foundation does asset lending. DEED, Department of Employment and Economic Development, has an emerging entrepreneur loan program. ARDC, IRRB, City Economic Development Agencies, county economic development agencies, and then there are online lenders, but be very careful if you're looking for an online lender. Go through that information with a fine-tooth comb. Make sure you're getting the interest rate that you expect. Sources of equity. What are they? Well, first of all, savings, right? You've put some money aside and you're going to use this to start that business. Personal credit, what's that? Personal credit could be a home equity loan. Personal credit could be a credit card. We don't like to see you start a business on a credit card, but quite frankly, a lot of them do get started that way. We have investors again, people that are going to give you money, expect it back at some point in time. We have partners. You're going to start that business with somebody else and go down that yellow brick road together. We have family and friends again, the family and friends plan. Sale of assets. Maybe you're going to sell a house, you're going to sell a property, something to raise that money to start that business. Retirement is one of those things when I talk to people sometimes. Yes, I'm going to take some of my retirement out or a lot of my retirement out to start this business. It's not encouraged. It can be done. It has been done. It does happen. But just realize the risk. You are risking your retirement savings to put into that business. That business better make enough money to pay that retirement savings back or you're not going to have it. So just be aware of those risks. Life insurance. Sometimes people have life insurance policies that have a cash value, so you can take a look at cashing those in. Crowdfunding, again, is another legitimate source of raising equity capital. So what about these lenders and the different things that we talked about? What are they looking for? Well, we're going to talk about the 5 C's of credit, credit considerations. So what are they? So number 1 is capacity. Do you have the capacity to pay that loan back? Are you going to be able to make those debt service payments? And do you have the capacity to produce what you say you're going to do? If you're going to sell 1,000 widgets a month, do you have the capacity to create 1,000 widgets a month to sell? How about your character? Your character is a good consideration. We want to make sure that you're an upstanding citizen and working through your community. Collateral. Collateral is something that you're going to pledge on the side, that if your loan goes bad, the bank or the credit union or whatever lender you have is going to be able to take that in consideration if you have a default on your loan. Now, most of the time that's going to be a home or something like that. They're not really looking at personal property, but everything is on the line. Just be prepared for that. Capital. You have to put some capital into this business. You cannot do it at 100% financing. Most of the time you're going to be looking at a 20% down payment at anything that you want to purchase, and you'll get funded for the rest. How about conditions? What are the economic conditions and what do they look like when you're looking at starting this business? If you're in tough times like we are right now, going through a pandemic, that may be hard to get a business started. So just be aware that your lender is going to look at those conditions as well. What do you want to provide the lenders? Well, they're going to need a business plan. In some of the other sessions, we've talked about the components of a business plan and what's involved there. They're going to want that for sure. They're going to want some income and expense projections. Those are very important, and they should coincide with the narrative written business plan. They're going to want to know a funding request. How much money do you want? They're going to want your proposed collateral. What are you going to give up if the loan defaults? They're going to want all your personal financials. Be prepared to give them everything. Everything is on the table, and everybody has to know all your personal financials. They're going to want to know your legal documents. So if there's a lease involved and you have to sign a lease, they're going to want to see that. If there's a purchase agreement, if you're buying a business, they're going to want to see that. So all those legal documents. Where do you think you can get help? Well, the northlandsbdc.org is our website. We have the Northland of Minnesota, covering everything from Grand Marais to Grand Rapids to International Falls to the Quad Cities to Hibbing and Duluth and everything in between. We have consultants strategically placed in all those communities that I mentioned, and we are here to help. Some of the programs and services that we offer, obviously we talked about doing a business plan. We do business planning. Financial analysis, we can take a look at if you're already a business and you're already started, we can take a look and we can analyze what's happening in your business. If you're a new business start, we can help you project out and analyze what that might look like. We can help you with a loan application. Technology advice, what kind of computer do I need? What kind of point of sale system do I need? How about marketing? Where should I market? How should I market? What social media channels should I use? Human resources, we can help you make sure that you're complying with all the human resource requirements for hiring your employees. We offer workshops and seminars. We have a writing a business plan, QuickBooks, Excel, Word, accounting, legal, insurance, sales and marketing, human resource topics, and a great financial course called Profit Mastery. Some of our other resources, we have economic databases that we can gather through our relationships with some of the higher education institutions. We can help you with product development. We can look up industry and market data for you. And we can also provide professional resources if it is outside of our realm. Some of those other professional resources that you might need help with is an attorney. Maybe you have some agreements that need to be signed, and an attorney needs to go over them. You're going to need a CPA accountant at the end of the year to do your taxes and take a look at that, help you with your tax planning. You might need a banker. You're going to need a bank account to put somewhere. Your money is somewhere, right? Well, you might also need a banker to help you with the financing, an insurance agent to get your liability and hazard insurance, and maybe a real estate agent if you're looking at purchasing a piece of property. Some of the other resources, there's a Women's Business Alliance. The Minnesota Department of Employment and Economic Development has some great resources. The IRS at irs.gov has something called Publication 583, which is all about starting a business. And believe it or not, the IRS actually has some good information on there. SBA.gov/learning is another great resource. IRSvideos.gov/business is another great resource. So we have these other resources that are out there that are online that you can access as well. So let's say you want to get started. How are you going to contact us? The best thing to do, and what we want you to do, is go to northlandsbdc.org and sign up for service. A consultant will get back to you in a very short time frame and we will discuss your project and decide on a plan and when we're going to meet. If you want to call us, please feel free to call us at 218-726-7298 for any questions that you have. Thanks for joining us for this 4-part video series on starting a business. This has been the 4th part. Make sure you watch the other 3 parts as well. My name is Kurt. I've been very happy to have you here today. Thank you so much, and we look forward to really helping you get your business started and succeed.